The Busybody Bee by Angela Greensill. There was once a very friendly bee called Buzzy who, unlike the other bees, was quite the social butterfly. Every day she buzzed good morning happily to all the farm animals on her way to the wildflower fields. The farm animals loved Buzzy and looked forward to their chats with her. Sadly, her fellow bees were a bit of a buzzkill. They called her a busybody bee because they were jealous. You see, the extra happiness from Buzzy's friendships gave extra sweetness to her honey. This made her the Queen's favourite worker bee. Buzzy's heart sank when the other bees called her a busybody. But Buzzy cherished her friendships with the farmyard animals. Having such caring friends kept her spirits high. Henry the horse was wise, while Camilla the cow was kind and motherly. Douglas the dog was always happy and cheery, and Harriet, Helen and Heather the hens were hilarious, always telling her jokes like, "What do you give a sick bird? Tweetment." One day the bees noticed the wildflowers were wilting and dying. It hadn't rained for a while. "We are too small to water the flowers ourselves, and we won't have anything to eat if the flowers die," said the bees. Buzzy had an idea. "What if I ask my farmyard friends to help water the flowers?" she said. The other bees replied, "We haven't done anything like that before." They didn't want to admit that Buzzy's idea was good, but they were also secretly hopeful. Luckily, Buzzy ignored the doubts of the other bees. She knew her idea could work, so she flew off to talk to Henry. Henry and Buzzy hatched a clever plan. Buzzy flew round to the other animals and excitedly explained the plan. The other animals were so inspired to help their lovely little friend, they all immediately sprang into action. Henry picked up a bucket with his teeth and filled it up in the dam at the end of the paddock near the wildflowers. He plonked the bucket down in the field of wildflowers and kicked it over with his hind legs, looking like a bucking bronco. The water spilt out everywhere. He neighed in delight as he kicked the bucket. Camilla also filled up a bucket, but when she plonked it down in the field, she charged at the bucket, using her head to knock it over so the water tipped out and soaked into the soil. Camilla mooed with glee as she headbutted the bucket. Douglas dove into the dam and ran round and round the wildflowers. He shook his coat, spraying water everywhere. Douglas barked in excitement, happy to add to the entertainment. Harriet, Helen and Heather waded into the dam and soaked their feathers with water. Then they flapped and shook their feathers over the wildflowers, flicking water everywhere. The hens clucked with laughter as they shook their tail feathers. Buzzy buzzed with excitement and hummed a cheery little tune which kept everyone's spirits high. Back and forth went the animals, kicking and headbutting, diving and shaking, splashing and laughing. They thoroughly watered the field of wildflowers and had a great time together. They all thought playing in the water was fun, but best of all they were helping their lovely little friend Buzzy. The wildflowers sprang back to life, blooming brighter than ever. All the bees cheered. They were so grateful that Buzzy had so many friends who could help. They realized that instead of calling her names, they could learn a few things about getting along with everyone from Buzzy. So from that day forward, the bees and the farm animals remained the best of friends, always working together and supporting one another. Their cooperation brought happiness to everyone, and the hive became known for producing the sweetest honey. This made the Queen happy with all her bees, and they never called Buzzy a busybody again. The end.